questions, and then I put the phone up to the computer and it records your answers, and I just take the comments from there. So if I could have you say and spell your first name and last name, and then the title or the name of the company you want me to use.
Sure. So my name is Ami Teodosio, and that's spelled Amitteodosio. And I just use my full name, Ami Teodosio, for my business name.
Okay. Are you a certified professional organizer? What would I title you as?
Yes, I'm a certified KonMari consultant. So that's spelled KonMari consultant. And I call myself a professional home organizer.
Okay, great, because I mentioned KonMari, so I could put your comments next to her. Was she your inspiration for getting involved, or tell me about that backstory?
Yes. So back in, do you want me to go back to the way back story?
Not your life story, but just insofar as what prompted you to get involved in this work, and if it relates to her.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So in 2016, my brother had introduced me to the concept of Marie Kondo and the life-changing magic of tidying up. And he told me about how she declutters. And when I first heard about it, I was very intrigued. Basically taking everything out from your closet and putting it in a big pile so you can see the heap of clothes that are there. And when he told me that, I just wanted to find out more. Fast forward a little bit, and I found her book at the airport, and I just devoured it. And at that time, I was a new mom with a 1.5-year-old, and I struggled with postpartum anxiety. And so I just wanted less stuff. I wanted something simple. I wanted to be able to, I wanted my brain not to have so many things inside of it to worry about. And so I started the process of the KonMari Method from start to finish. It took about 6 months to declutter my whole home using category by category. And after that, I remember my brain being quiet, and also a change on the inside. My values started changing. What was important to me started changing. The way I looked at living my life was just a lot more intentional. And because of that, even because of my streamlined home, we were able to, I was able to homeschool my children for a period where my husband did travel nursing, and we put my house up on Airbnb, and we were able to travel and homeschool with my kids, which was a really, really special part of my journey. And so because of that life change of being able to figure out what matters most, I was able to, or I have the desire to help others do the same.
Tell me, well, that's so that book, her method, really inspired you and put you on this path. It sounds like.
Yes, for sure. It was definitely, she was a big part of why I started kind of, I guess you would say, a minimalist lifestyle. I would say that I'm kind of a minimalist, but maybe not in the traditional sense of it. My definition of minimalist is basically highlighting what you really, really value and letting go of the rest. And I would say Marie Kondo doesn't consider herself a minimalist as well. She encourages people to keep those things that spark joy, and then again, let go of that which doesn't.
What would you say are the biggest, the most things that take up room? It seems like with cheap clothes, clothes are probably one of the biggest offenders in living a simplified life.
Yeah, so clothes, it's funny because, everybody's different, but some things that you wouldn't think of that actually do take up a lot of space could even be like linens, bed linens, blankets, sheets. Those could take up a lot of space. Ironically, even storage containers can take up a lot of space. So like when you declutter, you're even able to let go of certain like plastic bins and things like that, and you'll be surprised at how much mass they take up.
Yeah, and because if you let the bins cover the stuff, you never deal with the stuff, so maybe they're not so wise to have around after all.
Correct, yeah. And so that's why in the KonMari method, one thing we do is actually take out everything, like take out the things from the bins. We categorize it basically, and then you can see how many things you have in one category. So for example, let's say your office supplies. You can see how many like scissors you have, or how much extra notebooks you have, or journals even take up a lot of space. And so when you see the amount of one thing that you have, then you're able to let go easier in that category.
Now that you live a streamlined life, do you feel mentally more optimistic and positive?
I would say so. I feel that I'm living my life with intention. I feel that I am like my home isn't something that would be weighing me down. And I would say that I would say it's not a cure for all problems, right? Because there are still challenges that arise and things like that. But one less barrier or challenge would be keeping up my home. I can go home, even though there are challenges to life, I can go home and it serves as like a sanctuary for me and something I enjoy coming home to, as opposed to dread or stress. My home isn't a place of that.
Yeah, much more functional. And the last question is, what's your recommendation for stopping those piles from reaccumulating? Undoubtedly, I'm sure that you've seen piles start to creep up again. And what is your method for stopping that in its tracks?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the KonMari method, if you do it from start to finish, she boasts that you do not revert. And the reason why is it's a very intuitive process where your mind and heart change. And so after doing the KonMari method, like through your whole home, decluttering your whole home, you go to the store and then like you almost have like an aversion to buying or an aversion to things. You're like, I don't want to bring that in my house, because your joy meter is so in tune. And so what I would encourage people to do, let's say they haven't done the KonMari method fully, but as they go to the store, they can really check in with themselves, like, would this really bring me joy? Is this something I want to be taking care of in my home? Where am I going to put this item? And to be, instead of just like, oh, it's cute, I'm going to buy it, just be very, very mindful and almost like a guardian of your home. Like, nothing comes in here unless it's like super, super useful or I really, really, really like love it.
Yeah, because you've gone through a lot of trouble to get it in that state. So I guess maybe you're sort of in a way converts in that you don't allow yourself to return to, the addiction of buying and shopping and accumulating.
Correct. Yeah. Once you go through all that quote trouble, or once you go through the whole process, literally, I feel like your brain neurologically changes and makes new pathways and figures out like really what matters to you and what doesn't. And so when you go shopping from there, you're like, this isn't as important to me anymore. I'd rather spend my time doing this as opposed to accumulating something that's going to collect dust or I have to maintain, and etc.
Yeah. And then you save some money as well, huh?
Yes, a lot. And actually, when you declutter, if you decide to sell some big ticket items, you can earn a lot of money too. I kept a log of how much money I made just like here and there selling, little furniture pieces or appliances or whatever. And I think I wanted to say it was over $1,000.
Yeah, that's just fine. Well, that's terrific. I appreciate your time today. And this will be in the spring issue of, it's called Scene, SCENE, Scene in San Antonio magazine. I think it comes out in either March or April, but I can't remember. Probably 1st of April.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to help.
Yeah, a little plug for your, how would people find you? Just type in your name online?
Yeah, it's, so my website is www.amiteodosio.com, spelled AMITEODOSIO.com. So that's my website, and I'm also on Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Great.
With the same name, Ami Teodosio.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Ami. I appreciate your time today. Thank you for talking.
Yes, you're welcome, Barrett.